What's up, guys? It is Brandon from the Two-Piece Mandem, and welcome back to the Chelsea versus Crystal Palace preview, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, I'm bringing back previews. I haven't done a preview in ages. Can't even remember the last time I did one, but your boy's bringing it back. And you know what? It's a very, very tough game. A very tough first game for the boys in blue. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. And we know what Crystal Palace are like. We played them in the league multiple times. We know what they're about, but they can still get one over you. Alright, and they're probably going to be even harder now because of the new manager, that is Patrick Vieira, who's taken over Crystal Palace. Now, last night, or maybe the night before, depending on when this gets uploaded, Chelsea won the UEFA Super Cup, beating Villarreal. If you guys haven't seen my review to that, then link will be in the description. Oh yeah, don't forget to click the like button and click the subscribe button as well, because most of you aren't even subscribed and you're watching my videos. So you know what I mean, like, you know, if you're watching it, at least just click the subscribe button, like, you know what I mean, that's what you have to do. And make sure you follow my Instagram as well. Alright, follow both of our Instagrams, Brand_CFC and the Two-Piece Mender. Make sure you follow those Instagrams as well. Alright, we're going to get into it. Now, I'm going to get into the starting lineups, what I think the starting lineup should be against Crystal Palace, specifically for Crystal Palace. I'm not really basing it, a little bit is based off the previous game that we played in the Super Cup as well, but it's sort of mainly mixed in just for the purpose of this game, so I'm going to get started with it. Now, in goal, Edouard Mendy. I don't think there's any argument with that. Kepa Arrizabalaga did save us in the penalty shootout. He's pretty much the reason why we won it. He literally saved us, but let's just be honest, that's a penalty shootout. Tuchel made that decision just for a penalty shootout because he is just good at saving shots when it comes to penalties. It's just as simple as that. But when it's in game, it's a different story. So Edouard Mendy in game is better. Let's put it that way. Now the formation for this, I think this is quite obvious. But for those that don't know, it will be a 3-4-3 because that's what we've been playing. That's what we're used to, and that's what we've won most of our games with, that exact formation. So like I said, Mendy in goal. Right centre-back, Chalobah. Now, the reason why I say Chalobah was because of the previous game that he played. He was brilliant, very, very solid, making important blocks, making important tackles, important clearances as well. I feel as though he was pretty much the most important player in that defence, if I'm honest with you. I mean, if it wasn't for him, like I said in my other review, we would have conceded at least 4 or 5 goals. So, if anything, he had to start. He had to start. His first game in the Premier League, had to start. And based off that performance as well, I think he deserves it. Right, at centre-back, in the middle, swap Kurt Zouma in and put on Thiago Silva. I don't think there's any debate about it. It's Thiago Silva, you know, world-class, very experienced, made our defence very, very, very solid. I think when he was next to Kurt Zouma as well, and Rudiger made them better. They could see his positioning, the way he commands the defence, the way he positions his body to block shots, the way he tackles as well, his timing as well. It's Thiago Silva. I don't think there's any debate. Next to Thiago Silva at left centre back, Antonio Rudiger. I think we all know that Antonio Rudiger should start this. I mean, he's been brilliant for us. He was brilliant for us last season, even in Champions League final and Super Cup. He was brilliant. You know, we got to play him for that. It's just as simple as that. One of our main centre backs. Now, moving on to the midfield. Now, 2 centre midfielders. Well, I'm going to name the first one, N'Golo Kante. There's just no debate about that. Let's be honest. He's practically been player of the season for us. He's world class. He does what it says on the tin. He intercepts passes, makes world-time challenges, wins the ball back. Good on when it comes to transitions, obvious. In the middle next to him, I swapped Kovacic with Jorginho because Jorginho, in a sense, can make that delicate pass, make very good through balls towards the defence. It's mainly his passing. Plus, let's be honest, he's won 3 trophies in 1 year. He's won 3 trophies in 1 year. He's won the Champions League trophy, he's won the Euros trophy, and he's won the UEFA Super Cup trophy. I mean, he has to start. He has to be in the midfield, let's be honest. Alright, 2 wing-backs. My first right wing-back, this is a replacement for Hudson-Odoi. Reece James, purely on the fact that his crossing is going to be immense. Like, based on his crossing, based on his defense as well. Because remember, depending on what formation they play, he'll more likely be against Wilfred Zaha. So if anything, Reece James is the man to match him. Plus, Zaha is fast, so playing Azpilicueta isn't really the ideal thing because I think Dave will get left for pace. Dave is a very, very good right wing back. He can cross the ball in, he gets forward, but he's just not fast enough. Let's put it that way. He's not as fast as he used to be. So a right wing, I'd probably just play Reece James if I'm being completely honest. Left wing back, Ben Chilwell. I mean, there's no argument about that. Marcos Alonso nearly actually scored against Villarreal. It's just he shot at the side netting. Alonso very, very deadly going forward. Just when it comes to transitions, when you need to go from attack to defence, he isn't the best man, and they might probably target that area if he was starting. So to know that he's not the best defender, like he could easily play 1-2s around him. He's not amazing when it comes to 1v1s. I think he loses most of them, 75% of the 1v1s. So yeah, I play Ben Chilwell, good at going forward and good at defending. Now the front three. Now, it's actually took me a while to think about this. Hakim Ziyech is injured. Now, I actually would have started him in this match, but due to maybe the dislocated shoulder or arm injury, I don't know. I haven't had proper confirmation of what the injury actually is. He's actually not in the starting lineup, unfortunately. So, it's just one of those ones. So, at right wing, I'd have to play Mason Mount. Very, very good Euros, if I'm honest with you. Late coming back, so he needs to find his feet again in the Premier League. Hasn't really been in the pre-season matches that much, like I said, late holiday. But Mason Mount's been brilliant for us last season. He's a very, very good player, let's just be honest with you. Runs into the channels, is good at protecting the ball, laying off passes, good at playing 1-2s as well, really holding the ball in the midfield, looking for a pass, driving runs, and most importantly, when it comes to defending as well, he's a one-man press. He starts the press. It's his hunger and desire to win the ball back that gets Chelsea on the front foot. Do you know what I mean? That puts that early pressure that makes defenders panic and wins us the ball to make us go from defence to attack. So, I'd play Mason Mount for that if I'm honest with you. Left wing forward. Now, people might have a go at me for this, but it's just my thinking behind it. I played Timo Werner. Did not do anything against the Villarreal in the UEFA Super Cup. I'll be honest, didn't do anything in the Champions League final. This is why I picked Timo Werner, because he makes good runs in behind. He leaves a lot of space for Chelsea players to run into. His overall link-up play is quite good, but like I said, he misses the main component that every club wants and every fan wants from the striker, and that's to score goals. So essentially, you're not going to be there to score goals, mate. If you do, maybe you might score against Crystal Palace, who knows? I doubt that you will, but let's just be honest. You're there to make good runs, and you link up the player well. Hence the reason why Tuchel still plays you. Up front. Now, when this signing does get announced, I don't know when it's going to get announced. Hopefully it gets announced today or tomorrow or something. Hopefully it just gets announced, because we're all waiting. We know that Inter Milan have agreed the fee. We know that he's coming. We know that I saw him with the Chelsea shirt in his hand. I know he's passed the medical as well. So I just want to know when he's actually going to come, because it's just taking the piss now. Romelu Lukaku starts. Romelu Lukaku has to start. Centre forward. The number 9 that we've been looking for like the past 2 or 3 seasons. We've been waiting for that type of striker. He's been in the Premier League before. He's been there. He's done it. He knows what it takes. He's up with the pace. He knows how to get past defenders. He knows how to hold them off. He's that number 9 striker. He's that man that will run into the box and put the balls in the back of the net. He makes a direct run in the middle. He's the one that's hungry for goals. So, he's there. He has to start. Romelu Lukaku has to start. He's the big man himself. And that's my starting lineup. However, Crystal Palace have made a lot of signings. They've signed Joachim Andersons, Conor Gallagher from us, from Chelsea. We let another youngster go who played in pre-season. Wasn't that bad, actually. We let Mark Gui go as well, and Marco Alisi go as well. Well, it wasn't part of Chelsea, but they signed him. And Patrick Vieira looks like he's making a lot of transfers. I think he has an ideal way of how he wants Crystal Palace to set up and how he wants them to play. I think he's probably built it around Wilfred Zaha. maybe Benteke, no, probably Zaha if I'm honest with you. I don't know if he'll play a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, but in that sense, I've kind of structured the Chelsea system and formation and put players in certain positions where he will want to break with Zaha because he'll probably be the focal point. If I'm being honest, he'll be the counter target because he's the one that'll make things happen. He's the one that'll really come at Chelsea. If I'm honest with you, so he's the man that'll do that. My score prediction for this game, I think I said it in my Premier League prediction as well. Quote me if I'm wrong. I think I said 4-0. I think I said 3 or 4-0 to Chelsea. I think what they'll do, they'll try and soak up as much pressure from us as they can. They'll try and park the bus, and they'll practically do what Villarreal will do. But I generally think we'll just outpass them. If we get Romelu Lukaku, I reckon we'll score the 4 goals. If I'm being real, because we got pace, power, speed. Kante to intercept the passes and win the ball back in the middle of the park. Jorginho to play the long passes into Werner and hopefully set it up for Romelu Lukaku. It's just as simple as that. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button as well. There's going to be videos coming out pretty much every week. We're going to be consistent. Like I always say, we're going to be consistent. Instagram's going to be there as well, so make sure you follow that up as well. I'll see you guys in a bit. And peace!